my channel. It's been quite a while since I've done a video. I think my last video was when I was talking about rehab, which is roughly almost 10 months ago, if not 10 months. A lot has happened, and I'm just trying to see if I can basically fit all the information in a video. I might have to do it in like a two-part, but I will give y'all all the information that y'all have been asking for in my comments, private messaging and all this other stuff. So basically, let's just start out with I'm okay, I'm alive. A lot has, like I said, come about, and it's not necessarily bad. I mean, I guess more towards the more recent present, which would probably be the worst. But all the events leading up to it were pretty normal as far as just recovering and just basically being isolated from all this COVID from early on this year. And my dog wants to interrupt me. That's fine. It's Eli. So let's just start out with basically Are you gonna sit down? Can I do a video, please? Yeah? My glucose monitor on, so he probably smells like my blood sugar is a little high. I just got finished eating, so I took some insulin. Don't worry, I'm okay. It's just he's just panicky. So without further ado, graduated with a t-shirt of the rehab facility, where they helped me from a walker to a cane by the time I got out. And here's all the names, if you can see. It's my whole team here. I'm trying to get them all in the frame. I don't think I can get everybody. It's a pretty big shirt. I had this hanging up on my wall, so I'll probably put it back up there. It's a little reminder of all the hard work that me and the team went through trying to get me to walk again after my spinal stroke. And if y'all don't know about that, y'all can look at my previous video. I'll link down in the description below. So, yeah, have a little reminder there. Now, what I was talking about in my last video is that they transferred me when I got there from a walker, since I was completely numb, not a lot of muscle contraction, not a lot of muscle memory in my right side of my body from my rib cage down to my feet. I have had transferred from the rehab facility walking on a cane to home therapy, where nurses and therapists will come down and take care of me further, doing more of the at-home stuff, where they teach me how I can be able to cook, clean, all the basic necessities that I need to basically survive on my own. Now, with that, it took a little bit more. It's like a different type of pace, since obviously with the rehab facility, I'm on a schedule. Hours of the day I spend on working on, at home stuff, and then my physical workouts to strengthen my leg. With here, it's more of, enabling myself to be able to do certain things to the extent of what they did before then. This was my little boot, I'd call it. It goes in my shoe. I think I've talked about this in my previous video as well. But this is what helped me walk with the cane, to help bring my heel down, because of my right leg also being shorter than my left. Gave it a little more weight to where my muscle memory didn't motion, where it works on all the muscles of my feet and not just trying to tell my brain how to mimic certain ways in order to adapt to the loss of muscle movement. So this is what it is. I'm trying to get a better picture again. It's light, it's very easy. It was comfortable for a time until, my shoes started wearing from it being in and out. Because towards the end of the therapy, it was less of this and more mobility-based exercises, where I need to go down the stairs or push the gas pedal, and with that boot I couldn't really move my foot up and down like this in a particular motion to actually do those things. So within time with the therapy, months after it, I slowly got off the boot. I'm able to walk without a cane now. I'm actually able to do a lot of things. About, I say 90% of what I usually can do. Running and jogging is a little different, but I'm still working on that process. Stairs are not as challenging. I have a lot more muscle mass in my leg now. And all the memory has gone back to how it works and everything, so I don't have any problems there. I don't think I would fall. Just there are days where my leg just decides it's too tired, or certain tasks I can't stand on for a long period of time like I normally do, but it's a little bit shortened now since the muscles are still numb. Or not the muscles, the nerves are still numb. So I can still feel the sensations and stuff, but it basically feels like my leg's asleep. A constant sleep. So I always have to like look down if I'm walking down the stairs, make sure my balance is okay. I do take medicine for it still. I still take my gabapentin, which is the nerve pain meds, so that my nerves don't get shot or, hurt while I'm doing all these exercises, trying to reteach myself my basic routines of my daily life. My tizanidine, which is my muscle relaxers, for whenever my muscles start spazzing for whatever reason, just because it's trying to cope with all the extra exercises and curriculums that I'm doing throughout the day. And with that, those are the only two that I take basically now for my stroke. Everything else is normal. I'm not in pain anymore. Even though I take nerve pain pills, I'm not really in pain. It's just to help prevent any further damage or, exercises that I need to do without worrying about any like soreness or any other types of like that. A couple months of just, trying to reteach myself and get back to my daily routines. And it didn't stop me from going to, the things I like to do, which is like movie theaters. I went bowling. Of course, bowling was a little bit difficult. I couldn't really do that until I was able to, balance better without the cane and stuff. I still use the boot. I just couldn't, walk up to throw my ball. I'd have to like stand there and balance and just kind of have my arm swing out, just hoping, that it would go straight and not go to the gutter. But I enjoyed that. I still went to my conventions. I'll put a couple pictures right here. And I had fun. My birthday and Christmas came along, and I got to go to one of my other conventions that I go locally, and my mom was able to sneak her way in and surprise me with a costume of herself. So I had a lot of fun there. I am 25 years old now. Can't wait for my birthday coming up in December. I don't know what I'll do, but it'll be another year that I am healthy and able to move around. Went around. It kind of slowed down towards the beginning of the year whenever the whole COVID situation got into date. But before I talk about that, I have a special announcement that everyone knows that Eli was already an official service dog whenever I started recording this video. But compared to last year, Rocky is now officially a service dog. The tags do not say in training anymore. He is a fully registered, fully trained respiratory dog. And what that means is many things, because for him, my situations are a little bit different. I briefly discussed about it in a couple videos, but what he does is whenever the patterns in my breathing say fasten or it gets harder for me to breathe, he detects those differences, the different patterns that I'm able to breathe in and out, and alerts me whenever I have those complications that I don't realize, like say I'm moving too fast or doing something that my brain's just automatically like pushing it to a side, or I'm doing something that I don't think my health at first, before I'm looking over here because he's looking at me. It's because I'm constantly talking, and so my breathing is fastened and trying to catch some air. But yeah, what he does is alerts me to like maybe relax, or if I'm getting anxious, panic attacks, he stops me there. If I'm in like a crowd or a situation where I'm not comfortable in, he recognizes those patterns of, the panic in my voice, or my breathing starts to change as I'm trying to, help me calm down to try not hyperventilate. And what he does is alerts me by pushing on my leg and then pulling me away from the situation that makes it uncomfortable for me to breathe, or any type of situation like cigarette smoke or other types of hazardous things in the air that affect my breathing. What I'm going to talk about in my next video, which is the incident that happened last week, or say a week and a half ago really, whenever I had to go to the ER because I almost died of my lungs filling up with blood. So I'll give you like a little snippet of how he helped me, and EMS people alert them into knowing where I was in the house and that sort of situation. So I know that video is coming up after this one, so please be patient. It might take me a little bit because I am still recovering from the surgery, and that's one of the reasons why I'm breathing like this. Is so the major surgery that was happening was the cardialization again in my top right lung, which is where I had the stroke originally. So that's a whole nother video. So again, please be patient. It is coming soon. Let's move on to the next topic I want to talk about. With COVID being an issue, with COVID, there's a lot of factors that play out in my daily life that I am no longer or restricted to doing. I can't really leave my house due to the fact that COVID is so bad on people with weak immune systems that, to me, it might be, simple like a flu. But because of what it does and what it causes in the mucus to become thick, or with my mucus already being thick and already not able to breathe and not able to fight off certain, infections and stuff, it's a lot more dangerous for me to catch it than, say, my sister or my friend or my neighbor. Not saying that it's hazardous to them, but it does affect people differently. And the higher chances of people that get over it within a period of time are higher than people with weak immune systems, people who are pregnant, people who have already complications in their bodies. So with that, I can go, outside my house, take my dogs out. I can go to the grocery store, not recommended, but, I gotta eat. I gotta, go get my medicine from Walgreens. Now, I go through the drive-thru, I don't go in. But other than that, I'm really restricted on what I can do as far as the not trying to catch COVID. And I know COVID is so worldwide right now that I don't really need to go into it. I just kind of basically will tell you how it affected me, So if y'all do want to know more about it, I can link some links in the descriptions below so you can kind of get a grasp of what COVID is. But, again, it's so worldwide known right now that I'm pretty sure people here watching will know. So, yes, what I've basically been doing for the past 10 months, normal life, heading up an uphill slope, then all of a sudden COVID, and it's like my whole life slowing down to the point of where I am now. So, if you like this video, leave a like, comment any more questions that y'all might have. Love to answer them, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye, guys.